Welcome to the Sowing Seed Podcast. One guy's thoughts on family, faith, farming, and financial freedom. Now, here's your host, a man who has so many onion stories it will make you cry, Matt Miller.
I gotta be honest, I really have to temper my excitement and my buying this time of year. It's starting to warm up here at EIEIO. Temperatures yesterday were in the mid-70s. It was the 10th of March. Crazy how the seasons can change so quickly, when just a couple of weeks ago we had a massive ice storm that knocked the power out for 4 days. Anyway, I really get excited this time of year just because of the opportunity for new growth. The fields are starting to green. The fruit and nut trees are budding all over the place. And the excitement about this year's garden and harvest in the summer and fall is starting to get contagious here at EIEIO. One of the things, though, I'm really having to focus and work on this year, though, is tempering my excitement and not going overboard too quickly. I don't know if you've got that challenge. I know I wrestle with it every year. It's kind of like you go to a restaurant and you've heard nothing but amazing things about the food and you order more than what you're actually going to eat. Well, the same thing here. In fact, I've caught myself many years in the past buying too many starter plants, not being ready or having the time like I thought to get them in the ground, and then them wilting and dying or what have you before I actually am able to get them planted. So this year I'm really working hard to prevent that. I started out here about a month ago buying some onion starts, 3 different bundles, 3 different varieties, some candy red onions, some white onions, and some yellow Granix onions. And then the weather got nasty again. Thankfully, my parents were visiting for a couple of weeks, and as we were out doing a bunch of work in the yard when the weather was nice, I already had a bed prepared. I already had the landscape fabric cut with holes in it for planting, and my mom was able to plant that entire bed for me several weeks ago now, and those onions have taken off. I had another almost bundle and a half or so, or bunch and a half or so of onions that I wasn't able to get to, and so I actually covered them with soil in the garden, in the bed that they are going to be planted in, and then watered them and then let them begin to grow in that bundle until I was able to finally get to them yesterday. And so the bed was already primarily weeded, and I used a box cutter to cut the additional holes in the landscape fabric, and over several hours was able to get that second bed planted and use up all of the remaining onion starts that I have. I cut or sliced and quartered potatoes here about a week and a half ago. They've been drying in the sunroom, and now they're ready to plant. So I started weeding one of our 12 by 4 raised beds yesterday. I should hopefully finish that up today and get those potatoes in the ground. And then I bought 12 spinach plants yesterday at Little John's here in Stephenville, and hope to get those in the ground today as well. But I got to be honest, as I was looking at all the different starts that were available at the greenhouse, I, in the past, would have bought probably 20 or 30 more plants than I did this time. But I've tempered things. I've told myself I've got to take care of what I've got first, get it in the ground, and not get ahead of myself, because I got a lot going on here, business and otherwise, and the garden, has to be just a part-time thing with a few weeks or a few hours a week that I have to dedicate to it. So anyway, I don't know if you guys have that same challenge. I know I do constantly. And this year, I'm really working hard to be realistic with my ability to work down the hill and with what I'm buying, but still wanting to maximize the growing season and to make sure we're capitalizing on not only these cold weather crops like onions and spinach and lettuce and broccoli and those types of things, but also have everything ready to go so that we can get, the tomatoes and the zucchini and the peppers and those types of things in later on in April after we pass our last average frost, which here I think is like the 15th of April. So anyway, hope this makes some sense. Hope you guys have an amazing start to your growing season wherever you are. God bless you.
Thanks for listening. Check out our website, sowingseed.net, the Sowing Seed channel on YouTube, and if you got something out of today's podcast, give us a 5-star review on your podcast player of choice. Until next time, go plant the seed you need to succeed.